Hey YouTube, this is Matt. Not a whole lot going on here today at the Dr. Snow Removal headquarters. Tractors for the most part are clean. Guys for the most part are happy, and everything for the most part is working well. Now again, it's snow removal. Stuff is of course going to go wrong. Equipment's going to break, and trials and tribulations are going to prevail. But I wanted to make this short video for anyone out there that is in snow removal, residential, commercial, or any form of contracting business. And that's basically just know your self-worth. There's this stigma that seems to be going around. I'm not a fan of it myself. Being a young man trying to, start something and be able to provide for a future family, it's very challenging. This is an uphill battle. The world is not a lovey-dovey place. It's a place where hard work and the toughest of the tough are what's going to survive. Now, people in today's society seem to be making this much more difficult. I had this conversation with a just a neighboring town, someone who does a similar business to me, and we got talking, shooting the shit, and the one topic that he brought up, and he's only about 10 years older than me, is just in those 10 years, the difference in the attitudes of the customers has completely transitioned. You're moving away from the grateful mindset, people saying, hey, thank you. We know this is a hard job. We know this is a job that not many people would like to do. And thank you for coming out and doing it. A sense of gratification, a sense of satisfaction, and just a sense of gratitude in general. People were more content with just being able to have someone to come out to do the job. And now, fast forward, you can blame it on whatever you want to blame it on. You can call it social media. You can call it the way people are being raised. And you can also notice a big shift after this COVID-19 pandemic. It's not that way anymore. People are cruel. People are mean. They want something and they want it now, and they're going to throw a hissy fit like an 8-year-old child to get it that way. And it's proving to be something that is pushing almost every contractor out of the business. I know the man I was speaking to, was he was fed up with it. He said if he was my age, he would never ever approach this business model, just because you gotta really have a really thick skin. You gotta really be prepared to have people say things that they don't necessarily mean to you, have people act in a way that you are not used to having them behave, and really be willing to go to work every day and not receive any sort of gratitude in your direction. There's no thank yous. If they're going to say anything nice, it's going to be in their head. If you just tick someone off at a traffic light, you're going to get a 1-star review. It's the world that we are living in today, this sense of entitlement, that is what I think is ruining contracting for the rest of us. Now, don't get me wrong, these fields, they definitely have the capability of generating a substantial amount of income, which is why I am here. And it's more so the ability to do something that I love. Landscapers, contractors, anything of the sorts, if they're approached in the right way, you as an individual are certainly going to be granted the opportunity to partake in something that does not necessarily feel like work, something that you enjoy with people that you enjoy being with. You get the satisfaction of being able to offer people that are similar to you a nice chunk of change to work for you. Me as a boss, it feels there's nothing better than payday. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but I love it. I love seeing the look on my guys' face, seeing them work their hands to the bone and they get that money. And it just feels like this is good. I like this. So for me, this is my first year in business. My staff have made, I have made nothing. My staff have made everything. I put a great deal of emphasis on that. Now, the company might be secretly drowning, but the ability to still offer the guys that paycheck, the ability to give them something that they like to do, an environment that they like to come to work in, I live for it. Teaching my guys, I was the only person on this snow removal crew that really grew up doing this. I was the only one who knew how to drive every tractor. I was the only one who knew what the idea, what the vision was. And I was also the only one with the drive to see it through because I started it. and taking these guys in and having some of these guys reach out to me and pull me out from the grave, being willing to come help me build my dream. That is something that as a boss, you can never overlook. These guys are extremely phenomenal at what they do, and what they do is called something called hard work. Now these guys, they're more than willing to learn. They come in, I can teach them. It's a very unique world that I don't think many people get to see. And just the fact that the society today is slowly ruining this side of the world is I think quite disheartening. We have homes, we have families, we go to work. Just because you make a payment does not mean that we are your personal driveway worker for the whole winter. And I've stated this to a couple clients, and sure, I might have said it in a way that is not quite the most respectful. But then again, if I'm not receiving respect just because I'm Dr. Snow Removal, am I entitled to give it back? I'm not a businessman. I'm a farm kid. I'm a farm kid that was getting a degree, and this was my idea to do it. And, if people are really going to freak out at me, I'm not going to freak out back at them, but I'm going to look at them and be like, what the hell? You're not getting it done now. So anyway, that's the world that we kind of live in. So what I'm just trying to say is, if you're a contractor out there, don't watch all these other YouTube videos glamorizing everything, saying, oh, it's so great, look at all the things that I have, look at all the equipment that I'm working with, look at how happy my customers are. It's BS. It's complete BS. Sure, there are good days. Today's one of them. The last storm was one of them. There's days where this puts nothing but the biggest smile on my face. But you're also going to have to learn to just smile and brush off those idiots. They're going to come at you, take their name down, and just don't service them again. It isn't the end of the world. At the beginning, I know you think that every single customer that reaches out to you, you want to do because you're hungry for that money, because it takes a lot of money to start something like this. A lot. Like, I'm sitting here with easily like $500,000 to $700,000 worth of tractors. That's 6 tractors. Ranging from small to large. Now, that's nothing to shake a stick at. You got payments, you got things to make, and this is, at the end of the day, a business. You got to move smart, you got to think smart, you got to watch every single thing that you do, because I don't want to lose this. I live for this. I've been doing this my whole life. I've dreamt of this forever. I'm currently living my dream. Now, sometimes your dreams aren't everything that, you make them up to be. And I'll be honest, this isn't what I thought it was going to be. I did this to help people. I did this because not only do I love tractors, but I saw a way that I could do something that I loved, which is why I made my price substantially lower, which is why I stormed the market with such enthusiasm. It wasn't out of an effort to scam anybody. It wasn't out of the effort to be mischieving in any sort of way. The intent that everyone heard in my voice was exactly that. It was my intent. It was what I planned to do. And guess what? Still to this day, it is still what I plan to do. It will continue to build until that service level is reached. And that's the thing that people seem to forget in today's world. They seem to just overlook that, jump the gun, freak out, say everything about you, forget that you're a person that ain't gonna take no bullshit, and then then they're like, oh, well, he's a horrible person, he won't service me anymore, I'm going to go badmouth him to everybody in town and act as if he's totally not going to put a cease and desist order on my head. So it's know your worth. If you're a contractor, just don't deal with it. Shut it down. De-escalating situations is almost your full-time job if you own a business in contracting. I'm sorry. You're going to have people calling, you're going to have people making things up, you're going to have anything. I mean, just the other day we were out, and we watched it snow. We were up all night. So this was probably 2 nights ago. All the guys came over. It was snowing. We lit a big bonfire, and we just sat around and we waited. And we kept taking measurements and measurements. Then it stopped snowing around 10:30 at night. It was supposed to pick up again at 2 a.m. So we stayed awake that whole duration of time. And then around 2 a.m. it started snowing a little tiny bit, and then it stopped again, and that was all it wrote. So we came out to the lot. We went and did the priority customers, like nurses, doctors, things of the sorts of people that reached out that needed to be out, or seniors, things like that. We got those done in an hour. And then once those were done, we took measurements at 4 different locations at the 4 different ends of our map, and it was under 5 centimeters. Now, would I personally do my driveway? Yes, there was snow down. But do we go out? No, this is the business. We're not here to deal with that. We have 200 horsepower. Sorry, we have probably like 120, 130 horsepower machines, and it's just a complete waste. Like, why are we going to go out and spend, like, I want to say like almost $4,000 worth of diesel just for one trip around, when it's not even blowing anything because there's nothing down. So again, it's a different business model. It's a different mindset that people have a struggle getting around. But what I was trying to get at there is we decided not to go out. We didn't receive one phone call, not one. And then the phone rings. The one phone call we got, someone screaming, freaking out. Where are you? Bunch of scammers, you lowlifes. All this stuff. We laugh because it's childish. And anyway, they claimed that there was well over 10 centimeters in their driveway. I wish I could have recorded this. Now, I did take a video of their driveway because I thought it was quite hysterical. So anyway, I said, okay, well over 10 centimeters are in your driveway. So I guess that means the only tropical storm cloud just hovered above your house and nowhere else. So we, that means we need to bring in the heavy artillery. So we load up all the tractors and all of us convoy down to this house. Maybe it was a jerk thing to do, but they needed to realize that this is not the amount of snow that they had. So we all roll up, we're ready to deal with this massive abundance of snow. And then I just get out of the tractor with my ruler. And of course, if it was over 5 centimeters, the customer's right. This is our contract boundary. You're going to be serviced by my equipment and all the above. I put the ruler down and it might have been 2.5 centimeters. Might have been. Where the plow furrow was. Like, there was no snow. And keep in mind, these people were telling me that they couldn't get their 4-wheel drive SUV out of the garage. They were telling me, you'd swear that these people, like, they were in the only North Pole house in the whole region. Anyway, I went up and knocked and I just said, look, it's under 2.5 centimeters. I'm sorry, but this isn't our problem. And sometimes you got to be that way, because if you do it once, they're going to expect it every time. They're going to throw a hissy fit when they don't get it the next time. And it's not a game. I came into this thinking that I could help everybody. You can't help everybody. Your goal is to create a list, achieve the density of that list. That density will allow you to bring that price tag down, and then service the driveways in a timely fashion. Now, was I able to achieve the timely fashion part to this season? No, I was not. I failed in that regard. Now, I believe a majority of that falls into operator training, issues. The tractor surely could do it. I have done my list. I actually hopped into John Deere and I was able to do my list in just shy of 4 hours. So I believe that the density is where it should be for certain routes. It's a little bit longer on other routes. And then you're also dealing with guys, that $25 an hour is a nice chunk of change. And they don't want to, get the job done too quick. They'd like to be able to make some money, to be able to go and take their fiance or their girlfriend or, whatever, out to dinner, and enjoy life. So by all means, if it's a big storm, I can understand. If it's a small storm, let the guys work. Let them take a day and make themselves some money. The driveways will get done. And it's not like anybody's stuck. We live in the Maritimes. If you can't drive through a little bit of snow, then maybe you should leave. It's not that big of a deal. At the end of the day, it's just snow. Nobody's getting rich off this. There's also this perception that the second you're a company, wow, you're loaded, you're a big business owner. I'm broke. Like, I am so broke. There's no money. I made way more money doing this alone than I do with 6 tractors and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of customers. All I did was ruin my mental health and frig up my future. So I believe that I'm investing in something that is going to, down the road, when I'm 30, 40, 50, going to be something that I can look back on and someday pass on to my children. But, anyway, I'm rambling. All I wanted to get at here was, if you're a contractor, if you're a young contractor trying to get into the business, just be tough. Don't take it all to your heart. Don't focus, don't dwell, don't spout. I've made the mistake of trying to fight back, trying to retaliate. If you got Facebook, get rid of it. We don't need Facebook Karens on there messing with our mental health all the time. Get rid of it. If you hear people on there that are constantly and religiously bad-mouthing you, take it to a lawyer. You're allowed to do that. I don't think people realize. Take it to a lawyer and shut them up, because you are simply, as long as you're doing nothing illegal, which you shouldn't be if you're a contractor, all they're doing is directly impacting your way of making money for your family. They're directly impacting your income, your salary. They're hurting you. That's defamation. That's slander. Especially if you don't have Facebook, you're not even able to go on there and present your side of the case. So get rid of Facebook, let the town do their thing, and don't respond. We get emails every day telling me to kill myself. I get emails of people, 123mattsascammer@gmail.com. You're going to be run out of this town before long. Good luck with that. So it's, let them do it. Let them do it, and just keep doing you. At the end of the day, you know what you are worth. You know what you're capable of. And the reason they know your name and you do not know theirs is because they're too scared to come say it to your face. That's the truth. So if you're a contractor, keep working hard, boys. Keep your head down. Keep grinding. At the end of the day, all this struggle is going to be worth it. We're part of a generation where not many men know how to work anymore, and it is our time to, carry that weight. There's a great deal of emphasis that I think should be placed on hard work, labor jobs, trades. They are needed in our society. So get into them. Be good at them. Start something for yourself. Be independent. Don't let people tell you what you can and cannot do. Do it. That's my little motivational spiel for this morning. I might take you guys over and show you guys a couple tractors. I'm not quite sure. But anyway, the next thing down the food line is I got another company launching. So I will keep you guys in the loop on the plans regarding that for the summer. And then we'll take it from there. If you guys at all have any questions, concerns, anything at all, leave it in the comment section. I'll be sure to get back to you. And by all means, you can search up the company, Dr. Snow Removal, anywhere, and shoot us an email. And just say you'd like to meet up for a coffee or something. I'd love to chat. I'd love to discuss. And yeah, keep your head up, guys. Keep working. Don't let the negativity of today's world get to you, and don't let people with loud voices and big fingers on keyboards dictate how you wake up and how you shine. Have a good day, guys.